My name is Jacob Marntzer. I am from Westmoreland, Kansas, and this is my pumpkin that weighed 1,499 pounds.
Wow. Do you remember planting the seed? Did you think it was going to be a good one?
Yes. When I planted the seed, well, I first started about a month into the season. My season starts today for next season. So 2026 starts right now. So I'll start to research seeds because we're like horse racers. We want to grow the biggest pumpkin in the world. So I know the genetics back to this seed. I can trace them back to the 1990s. So I know everything about this seeds back to the 1990s.
Can you believe this?
I knew that it was going to be an orange pumpkin more than likely, and I knew that the pumpkin was going to probably weigh heavy. Wow. Because of the genetics in the seeds. So the seeds that I bought from this pumpkin cost me about $100 per seed. So I knew that it was that big. And then I started it, when I planted it into the ground, was on the 1st of spring, the first day of spring. That's how I start my pumpkins. So it's all based on timing,
Wow, okay, so you must, I see by your shirt, this is not just a one-off for you.
Yes, no, we do this many years. I've been doing it since 2009 was the first day that I started growing. It was back in 2009. It's a very competitive hobby. I'm a very competitive person. And one day I walk into a little store in my town, and I see this pumpkin that was probably about like that one right there, where it's about 150 pounds. And it was a guess the weight competition, and I saw it. I was like, that is awesome. It's the biggest pumpkin I've ever seen. And I guessed the weight. And then same way, I was like, where did you get these seeds? And then I learned about pumpkin seeds, and I learned about genetics, and I was hooked. The minute I saw that, I knew I had to grow something that big.
Oh my God.
And then now we have gotten pumpkins well over this size, which is 1,500 pounds. I've grown one that's 2,239.5 pounds is my record.
That's not far off from, what's the world's record
World
here in
record is
America?
2,749 pounds. Size-wise, it was almost the exact same size.
You're knocking on that door of the world record.
That's the goal. Yeah. It's always to grow the biggest. Your goal is to always beat yourself. So I want to beat 2,239.5 pounds. I can't do it's got to be 0.5. Got to beat that. And then it's to grow the world record, which is 2,749 right now. But somebody probably will beat it this year. There's a bunch of big pumpkins out there.
So we are the site for the largest Nebraska pumpkin for 2025. Was here at the Nebraska Prairie Museum in Holdrege. 1,499 pounds was this year's winner.
Wow.
We had 9 entries, scaling from 300, 400, 700. Second place was 734 pounds, and third place was 319 pounds.
Do you have any local growers, or do you
Yes.
find? Oh, go ahead.
Some from Columbus, Nebraska, Hastings, Grand Island, Lincoln, Phelps County. We had some that were from here, really local, and a lot from Kansas as well.
Nervous during
every time.
Loading it too, I bet.
Loading it's way worse, but even unloading it, loading them, especially when they get up to this size, very nervous.
How'd you hear about this competition right here in Holdrege, and how far of a drive was it for you?
I am what's called a representative for the Giant Pumpkin Wealth. If you see our banner over there, so we have some competitions here in Nebraska, which is the first time ever for the way off in Nebraska to be actually certified. And then we got some down in Oklahoma, we got some in North Dakota, South Dakota, all the plains of Rocky Mountains. So I look for those way offs, and Nebraska is one of my closer way offs, and it was a new one, so I had to come out here and support the way off.
And how have you found the hospitality, and what a great atmosphere?
Nebraska is awesome. As we were sitting here talking to people, I was like, man, yeah, you're competing with other way-offs and stuff like that, because my mind's always on pumpkins. People in Nebraska is a little bit different. There wasn't a game today for the Cornhuskers, so of course they had to have it on this one. And they said, if there's a home game next year on this weekend, we can't have it that weekend because, the Nebraska Cornhuskers take priority.
That is true. What else would people find interesting about what goes into growing? Do you talk to be honest, are you talking to the plant, to the pumpkin during the growing season?
I have 3 kids. My son, Cade, my other daughter, one daughter is Phoebe, one other daughter is Elsie. and then the giant pumpkins are my other kid. So I spend in my pumpkin patch, like I said, my next season starts right now. 2026 has begun right now. I remove all the plants. The plants, I grow these in a greenhouse. My greenhouse is about 70 feet long, 40 feet wide. I'm a little crazy. I don't let people even walk in on my soil. My soil is like a sponge. It's really, really soft. So I have boards.
And that gives room probably to grow, I would think.
Yes, it leaves the room to grow. It lets the roots underneath of the ground so that it doesn't compact them. I'm very crazy about everything.
Yes,
so yes, there's a lot.
You've been you said people could even climb on this one.
Yes.
Once the weigh-in went, you're just like, have fun with it.
Oh, the minute I get done. 2,239 pounds the minute I got done with the weigh off, that's it. I don't care after that point in time. I grow them for people to enjoy. For kids, love it. I know kids love touching them and feeling them. They don't know if it's a real thing because they're used to seeing a pumpkin that's the size of your jack-o'-lantern.
Yes.
So the way a kid understands is by actually sensory touching them. And that's why I don't care. Kids can grow on them. Jump on them. They can touch them. They can feel them. They can do whatever they want.
Do you have a name for this one?
Yes, my daughters, I don't know where they're at, but they like many girls have their favorite artists. One is Lainey Wilson, one is Taylor Swift. So we called this one, we combined it to Lainey Swift is what this one's name is. So they got to name it. Every year I let my kids name it.
Oh, that's
the other
so
one was, which unfortunately got a bad spot and didn't make it to a weigh off. My son named it after Hulk Hogan. It was called Hulkinator.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it didn't. Oh,
And it didn't make it, kind of like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, shoot. What happens next?
So what I'll do now is sometimes they'll get sold, and so like a bunch of your patches, your pumpkin patches, love to buy them. I've had the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium. It's been on display there. Oklahoma City Zoo. Chicago buys mine a lot of the times. They'll purchase them. Or my buddies, we're farm boys. What we'd like to do is cut a hole in it, put some tannerite in it, and blow them up at the end of the season. That's what they enjoy doing.
How much of this is above ground when it's growing? I just what
The whole thing. Well, I mean, if you can envision it, the whole thing's above ground. Okay, so it'd be just like your grass, but the grass doesn't have. It has what the leaves are up top and the roots are on the bottom. So if you can imagine your whole place being 70 feet by 35 feet, everything underground is roots everywhere. So the roots go and extend beyond the ground. So it's roots underground, plants above the ground. And this one here, yeah, it's all right there on top of the soil.
You described kind of a scene in Harry Potter, I'm picturing.
It is exactly like, if you've seen the pumpkin scene in Harry, these are bigger.
Anything else you want to say or people ask you about or anything?
Most of the time it's just what you've asked. Yeah, it's like how big are the pumpkin leaves? How big are the seeds inside? Can you eat them is a big question that a lot of people have. Yes, you could, not these. So most of the time I'm an organic gardener and I try to grow organically. These are not. I spray these starting from day one with fungicides, pesticides. I don't want a bug to touch my pumpkins, so I am very careful. So no, you can't eat these. And the seeds are about yay big around, and we normally get anywhere from 200, 300, 400 seeds up to like 600, 700 seeds in one pumpkin.
And can you replant those?
Yeah. Because when we travel down the road, especially if you're on like an interstate or highway or something like that, you'll get people who don't realize it and they'll come flying past you and then they'll hit their brakes. And even when they're driving, they'll be sticking their phone out the window. They're like, don't wreck.
Yeah, right. So then you don't put a tarp over it, because I saw someone else who had it wrapped up like an egg.
I put it only when I travel here, because once again, I don't care. I want it
because it's done.
displayed. Yeah, I want people to be able to see it now. You generally don't see a pumpkin this size. You generally don't see it when it's traveling down the road. So. Oh yeah, they love it.
So last year, our biggest pumpkin we had was just shy of 500 pounds. So seeing one that's 3 times that, it's cool. We're really looking forward to. I'm more excited about next year, the possibilities, what we're going to see for next year's event than I am. Like today, it's just like, oh, it's glowing, everything's done. I'm exhausted, but what I'm excited for, I'm like, okay, we're already planning next year. In my head, I was like, okay, this and this and this is going to be bigger and better.
You'll continue to grow as the pumpkins grow.
Perfect.
And congrats on the attendance. You said
yes.
800?
I had one goal today, and that was to have a bigger turnout last year. Last year we had 720 people. This year we had 835. So had those numbers go up. I love to see it. I always like to tell people the number one thing I think about with the Fall Festival, the one word that comes to mind is wholesome. We saw so many young families, kids, just enjoying the corn pit, people enjoying the food, the music. I mean, it's such a great event.